It's Valentine's Day week, and Looney Tunes Cartoons released a all-new special. So, of course, you realize this means podcast.
Are you ready, eager young space cadet? Meep, meep. I call a potent pen. Is the limit.
Where's the kaboom? There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom.
Why did I pause? Why did I pause?
I thought it was for dramatic effect.
Hello, all you lovebirds out there. I'm Jonathan Graves, your host, and with me today is my special lady, Sabina Graves. Hi, Sabina. How are you today?
I'm doing good for a special lady. I don't think I've ever been introduced that way before.
Because I just said lovebirds. Like, it has to, flow with that.
True. No, it works.
Okay, so my wife, Sabina Graves, and best friend, Sabina Graves,
Graves,
and that lady Graves, Sabina Graves, is here on the podcast. She is a filmmaker and film journalist, as well as theme park insider. And she has some insights on Looney Tunes Cartoons' new special that we watched together. And
as a sort of pre-Valentine sort of.
Yeah, it was a cute little get together
we
and
watched
hang.
It during lunch. It was really nice.
Yeah. So we're here to talk about that. But before we do, we're going to talk about a little drop that happened with a Lego BRICKHEADZ set featuring Wile, Coyote, and the Roadrunner, which is really great because this is the first time that there has ever been a Looney Tunes BRICKHEADZ set released to the public, and this came out on February 1st for only $20, and it comes with both, which is really cool. It's a 2-pack, and it's 205 pieces, and it is just adorable for ages 10 and up, and it's great for nostalgic gifts for friends and loved ones.
Which, we're no strangers to BRICKHEADZ, I think, for... probably a Valentine's Day in the past. It had to have been when
I
this
think
one
so.
came out.
Yeah.
You got me the Beauty and the Beast BRICKHEAD duo, which came with Belle and the Beast.
The Beauty and the Beast.
Yes, and that was a really nice gift that you gave me. And, we frequent Lego stores. I mean, we window shop at Lego stores all the time.
We never buy anything.
We never really buy anything big. We like the aesthetic.
We like keychains.
We like keychains. I love minifigs. Minifigs are my favorite. And some of the major Lego stores near us recently installed minifig creators. So I really want to go in and print out our own little minifigs.
Oh, that's cool.
At some point.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to go look for these in the wild and get them for you.
Thank you. These are the first Looney Tunes BRICKHEADZ / Lego sets of I think any kind. So it's a pretty big deal. And we should all run out to the stores and grab one. That way we can show that there's interest.
To kind of introduce Wile, Coyote, and the Roadrunner back into the zeitgeist a bit more, since, the James Gunn movie will be coming out in the near future. I mean, I think they're very iconic characters. I don't think they ever really went away, personally, even as someone who is casually a Looney Tunes fan compared to you. Those antics have been seen so often that, they're recognizable, and I love that they're coming back in a way. I mean, honestly, we've been discussing recently that Looney Tunes are so memeable. Not just the old cartoons, but the new ones. And Guskus would also like to be on the podcast.
I think he would also like to be a meme.
Yeah, he's a Looney Tunes meme.
Gus,
I'm just trying to get you to hop on this chair so you won't make any more paw noises.
Well, our dog runs around the dinner table. And that will do it for the news section. Yes, it is very small this time, but even though there wasn't a whole lot to cover, I feel that the BRICKHEADZ release is a milestone in a lot of ways for Looney Tunes, and I cannot wait for there to be more in that series.
Valentine's Day. It's a day full of yummy chocolate awkward dates, unlimited kisses, sweet nothings.
Hey, you're quite the handsome fella.
Did I mention romance?
Why not?
So let's get over to Looney Tunes cartoons and their Valentine's Day Extwavaganza, headed by Pete Brownguard over there and Sam Register as executive producers. And yeah, let's just get into it. These were 3 shorts, 2 shorts, 1 interstitial, that really showed off the best of like what is coming out of the series right now with Daffy, Porky, Petunia, Bugs, and more Daffy. And I think a little bit more Daffy, because Daffy literally draws himself into another short in this one. So we have double the Daffy in one of them. But we're going to start with the adorable banner that we have, which is Porky and Petunia in a Valentine's Day heart, and Daffy's overlooking them. And it's just, it's a retro piece, but it also is like full modern.
Yeah, no, it's very kitschy and beautiful. It reminds me of those vintage Valentine's Day cards, which, you know, I'm sure there are a lot of Looney Tunes Valentines available, but I think that these would be so cute to actually have.
I totally agree, and I wish that Warner Brothers would release this art out there for the public to have a little piece of in a Valentine. I think that'd be really fun.
Yes, they should send it to you.
They should send it to me. We literally open with a Warner Brothers logo. As soon as you click play, you get a Warner Brothers logo. Who knew? And it opens up, and it really, like, the bows and the ribbons and all of that really nice artwork. The WB logo opens up, and it reveals on the inside a love-struck Porky and Petunia with hearts for eyes, and it reads, "Let's go hog wild." It's really adorable, really cute, and the art is just eye-popping. It's great. So then we have a little scroll, and as we scroll up, we get reveals of new Valentine's Day cards, or Valentines. One with Daffy saying "Quackers for you." Really cute, really adorable. Beaky Buzzard saying "Aw shucks" with a lot of hearts around him. That's his catchphrase. Of course, he's going to say "Aw shucks." But it's, you know, I'm glad it's there. I'm glad they're utilizing these side characters and these rare characters that don't get a whole lot of play. Yeah.
The past, yeah.
Absolutely. And also Beaky Buzzard has shown up in Looney Tunes cartoons. So it's a really nice way to bring him back, because he hasn't been in the short for like 3 seasons. Maybe he'll come back one day. Then we have Bugs to wrap it all up with "I Carrot About You." It's really cute.
That's my favorite one.
And what I noticed here is that the artistry around the design of Bugs here is really deep colors, and it's a really unique expression. And I feel like it's very close to when Frank Tashlin had directed Bugs in his shorts, and just that, you know, the sharper edges around him and in his teeth and all that stuff. And I think that really came together in this, which made it unique and pop out, and I want it. So then the logo for the special drops down, and it's really classy, Looney Tunes, you know, Extwavaganza, and then we have 2 Elmers, but it's not just Elmer Fudd dropping down, it's Cupid Elmer Fudd from Frank Tashlin's directed 1944 short, The Stupid Cupid, which also appeared in Batman Forever, and Stupid Cupid is the counterpart for what Drew Barrymore's character is going through in that scene when she is plugged up to Jim Carrey's box. Jim Carrey's Riddler is the box. It's a really crazy and bizarre scene. I love that Looney Tunes are in a Batman movie for that. But also, Stupid Cupid showing up in this is really cool because we have not seen a Stupid Cupid short in Looney Tunes cartoons. So this is pulled out straight out of the classics and plucked into this opening logo. What did you think of the whole logo and how they presented this package of shorts?
I thought the logo bit was adorable. I mean, to me, it was just like a really cool montage of romantic Valentines and like very kitschy, retro, vintage vibe, as I described. And I don't know half the references that you just said, but I am very happy that it made you very happy.
I love
happy. Seeing your enthusiasm, and I love having you explain these things to me. Yeah, so that's what I felt, and it makes me happy to see you get super excited about these things you love, and like just like the opening, you were just like spazzing out, like doing the Leonardo DiCaprio point.
Yes.
At the screen from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I was memeable.
You were memeable. You are very memeable. You are also a Looney Tunes meme, probably.
Yes, probably. So let's go into the first short. It's called Duck Chocolate, a playoff of Duck Soup, title of the Marx Brothers movie. It's directed by Kenny Pittenger, and it stars Daffy, Porky, and Petunia as Porky is ready to go on a Valentine's date with Petunia and bring her a box full of chocolates. But somehow, Daffy is really hungry and really craving chocolate. He
apparently just thought the box of chocolates was for anyone in the house.
Oh, totally. Yeah. At first.
Like, I mean, you're supposed to like put a label on things when you have a roommate situation, probably, and Porky didn't.
So Porky made the mistake of not labeling Petunia's chocolates. Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's a take.
Hot take.
Hot take. Daffy was in the right here.
Daffy was in the right.
So Daffy gets a taste of the chocolate and he can't help himself and just goes on a rampage of, eating chocolates out of the box whenever he can. Even when he can't, he can. And he goes along this journey with Porky over to Petunia's house, whistling all the way.
And somehow Porky doesn't notice that.
Oh yeah, Porky is completely oblivious to what's happening.
To Daffy just eating and refilling these chocolates because he is equipped with bags of chocolate, apparently.
He is, yes. At one point.
That just speaks to how lonely he was. He wanted to eat, he wanted a heart-shaped chocolate, like, gift. It didn't matter. It wasn't the chocolates. It's like he wanted the sentimentality of eating out of this heart that no one gave him. Yeah.
No, for sure. And I think it also goes to the relationship and, the personality of Petunia to invite him along at the end and allow him to be that third wheel so he's not alone.
Yeah, I mean, Petunia had a really great moment in it where you're led to believe that she is going to be mad, but she, says, "I never thought you could be so thoughtful," and Porky is bewildered, because he arrives to Petunia's doorstep with this box of chocolates that holds Daffy just like curled up in it, like with like chocolate smeared all over him in his like chocolate drunkenness.
Yes.
Because he was eating his feelings.
He got chocolate wasted.
He got chocolate wasted because that was how he was eating his feelings.
Yes.
Yes. We're defending Daffy.
We're defending Daffy here. He did no wrong.
He did no wrong.
Porky didn't label his chocolates, and Petunia wanted to invite him along. Wow. I need to rewatch this with this mentality. Because I was all for Porky, getting angry over Daffy ruining his Valentine. But nope, I was in the wrong here. I will admit when I am wrong, and I was wrong. Daffy was in the right here. So just a little, gag work that's done here. At the very beginning, Porky looks in the mirror, and he has a humanoid face. As he says, "Happy Valentine's, Petunia," where he goes to say babe, but he starts to stutter. His mirror reflection is oddly the shape of a human man.
We can't tell who the human man is.
Yeah, if you know who that is, please
tell us.
Tell us.
It reminded me of the scene in Casper when the ghost uncles possess the dad, and like his face like morphs into like Clint Eastwood's and other people's like in the mirror, because that's a kind of how the gag played, and I'm like, well, who the heck is this?
Yeah. Or what about in the Mickey shorts, Hopping Studios, the Paul Rudish Mickey shorts, whenever he's wrangling cheese.
I disagree that it's one of those weird humanoid character faces, because in like when Mickey says the code, it's not like straight up someone else's face. It's still Mickey's face. It's not like handsome Squidward, because handsome Squidward is still Squidward's face.
Yeah.
Like, this wasn't a pig human. It was literally like someone, like a man's face was suddenly on Porky, and I'm like, who is this man? Because at first I was like, it's not like a Chris Pine or
George Clooney
or a George Clooney,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
Or is it? Like, I'm trying to think who in the Warner Brothers family it could be, or if it's, you know, maybe one of the artists. Or
sure. I mean, I really don't know.
I will IMDb search these directors and be like, did you put your face?
Maybe it's Bob Bergen
In it.
Maybe it's the voice actor behind Porky seeping through. No, I really don't know, but it's really fascinating. And if it looks like anybody to you, dear listener, please write down and comment who you think it is, and tag us. Yeah,
in the photo.
At This
Review
Means Pod
yourself
on Twitter. And if you're an animator on the show, let us know. It's driving us crazy. Who is
that supposed to be?
There's that little bit, and then there is a whole montage with Porky whistling and Daffy just using every trick in the book to get some chocolate out of that box as he makes his way.
No, I still think he just wanted to eat chocolates out of a box. He had the bag of chocolates.
Yes, exactly. But I'm saying like the whole like gag work of like using the like the fake helicopter to come in and like the claw to get
it was
the
a
box.
Cry for help. It was a cry for emotional support.
And there's a door scene where Daffy puts up a door and locks Porky out of it on the sidewalk.
Because he's trying to protect his feelings.
Anyways, it's really great guy work, and I thought that the whole thing was really cute. It had a really cute ending, and the button with Petunia was really nice. And I really like this one. I thought the way that the characters were written was true to the characters.
For sure.
Yeah. Moving on to a interstitial. This was directed by David Gamble, and it's called Daffy Traffic Cop Stop. Lead foot. And the lead foot is Daffy's left foot, right foot rather, which is literally a pencil. And he uses that to erase the Porky cop who has pulled him over and changed Porky's face to a Daffy face. And then remarks, hey, good looking. And then they have a family together with children. Lots of children.
It's very, very random. It jumps to like a future where I guess Daffy married this Franken tune that is top half Daffy, bottom half Porky. And they procreate some children. And
lots of children.
Lots of children. And the best I can do to describe it is as like, it's very much like in Shrek when Donkey and the Dragon have babies. They're just like these weird, like, adorable, very bizarre
Donkey Dragon children.
Donkey Dragon children, but Porky Duck babies.
Porky Duck babies.
Porky Duck.
Yeah. Delicious.
Daffy pigs.
Duck and pork together. Delicious.
Oh my god. It's a pork duckin'. Wow. So that's that short.
These interstitials, they are out there and they really go for it. So this one went for it. It did a thing. I laughed. You know, it was
hilarious.
That's what you look for. The final short, and it's ironic that we were earlier talking about Beauty and the Beast, because this one's called Bunny and the Beast. Mm-hmm. And it has Bugs Bunny stranded on an island.
Well, he like is doing his traveling bit.
Oh,
like,
that's true.
Trying
yes.
to like tunnel to a destination, and he, as he says in this, takes a wrong turn at Dunkirk, which we're thinking is a reference to the Christopher Nolan movie.
Absolutely.
Synergy.
So this is inspired by the Bob McKimson short Gorilla My Dreams, which was from 1948 and had Bugs Bunny coming across a mother gorilla who wasn't a mother, who was just, wanting children, and her husband did not want to have children, and he goes along with the gag and puts on the baby costume, and she makes her happy, but then the husband is really angry with this child, and this really, Bugs Bunny dressing up as a child, and comedic things ensue. There's a really great reference and cameo by Tarzan in that as well.
A summer one's a rock in my dreamboat, disturbing a beautiful dream. But with love as my guide, I'll follow the tide. I'll keep sailing till I find you. What's up, Doc?
But this one takes a different path. Bugs Bunny finds himself on the island, comes across what we think is going to be a really angry gorilla that he'll have to battle. But it turns out that the gorilla is in love with him. And it's love at first sight. And he is, bombarded with her emotion. The tears turn to rivers. He gets pounded on rocks and everything as she's pounding the dirt and everything. And it's really comedic,
she's
really funny.
Sad, and Bugs is there for emotional support.
This is true. It's an emotional support, Bugs. So he agrees to it, and they have a wonderful evening together. They, eat together. They watch the sunset together. And then the husband comes home, and it's revealed to Bugs that she's married, and he has to get out of there.
Yeah. And then right before, it's a whole, awesomely cheesy and romantic just series of treat yourself date sort of things, they're frolicking in the tropical beach, and there's a jacuzzi, and Bugs puts oil on her back and gives her a massage. He paints her nails, and the funny thing is the size difference is hilarious. So when he paints her nails, he has painter's tools, and paint buckets to do this and accomplish this.
Yes,
and it's so comical, and it's the ideal date night sort of things that Bugs provides. And it doesn't really cross any boundaries. It's consensual. Bugs is I'm gonna give this a try before finding out that he is the other man.
Yes, that love montage is broken up by these flowery transition pieces with pink flowers floating over. And Bugs is just, taking a beating while doing some of these things, such as the dancing moment where he's swinging in the air, but he can't really have his face attached to his skull. But one of my favorite parts actually is that there is a reference to that earlier short with the same line usage. So Bugs says, "Me and my big mouth," with having to dress as a baby in the original. And in this one, he says, "Me and my big mouth," after he's force-fed a giant piece of shark, which she has cooked for him. And he says, "I'll have a bite." So I love the little nuances and little references back to it. But yeah, the character design is the same. She has the pink bow in her hair, and I think she has the tutu as well. Mm-hmm. And it's just really great. And Gruesome has the little rough patch of red hair on his head. So yeah, it's a really cute short. It came together really nicely. I would say this is top tier for sure. And also, after the whole marriage is found out, Bugs says he's on the rebound, and a female version of Godzilla shows up because synergy. This is Hollow Earth from King of the Monsters, or Godzilla versus Kong. It's another side of both of them. Yeah, because they're both in there. Yeah. I think Monsterverse. Skong. It happened again. I think Kong Skull Island also mentions Hollow Earth. Skong is actually a thing for Jonathan and I. We were talking to a friend who I met at a press trip
for Kong Skull Island, and I think I smushed them together first, where I was like Skong Skull Island, because my brain, it's a little smooth. Thank you, pandemic. And so we say Skong now very often. Skong.
And so he goes along with the whole female Godzilla date. So I wonder how that played out. Probably not too well for him. Another one of my favorite references from this was Queen Kong is a name that Bugs gives to Lady Kong, Lady Ape in this. And I thought that was really cute as well. Yeah, so I wanted to point out the music. I thought the music was really good across the board in these shorts. What did you think of the shorts in this package?
I really like them, and I know we've talked about before where a lot of, the Looney Tunes, there aren't enough female Looney Tunes necessarily, but that they brought in even some of these more obscure characters and have given them more to do. And you even said before, you wanted to see more Petunia. Yeah. And we got more. We got more Petunia. More Petunia in this.
Yeah, I would love to see Lola done in this style and just
introduce her,
put her in there
in these sort of throwback environments that they're in. Put her how could have she had an origin had she been created back in the day? Exactly. And I mean, Bugs is inspired by It Happened One Night. It'd be really cool if it was It Happened One Night. You have this inspiration for one of the characters, and Lola could have also been inspired by Claudette Colbert's character from the movie It Happened One Night, and that'd be really cool. Have them do a romantic comedy slapstick sort of throwback. Let's manifest this, because I want to see it.
Yeah, no, absolutely, I do too. And if you haven't seen It Happened One Night, I would recommend looking that up, because that is where the team at Termite Terrace back in the day got their inspiration for Bugs Bunny. So that's a really fun one to revisit, especially during Valentine's Day. Yes. That is a really good Valentine's Day. That is our recommendation
for Valentine's Day. Looney Tunes fans, go learn you a thing, which you already knew, honestly. If you've seen you've probably already seen It Happen One Night. And if not, you've probably seen the clips of Clark Gable munching on that carrot. Yes. In a very classic pose. Very classic. That is now embraced by Bugs. And, it makes sense because it's a studio movie. And synergy. The first instance of synergy.
Well, speaking of more female characters, I also want to throw in 2 other Looney Tunes cartoon shorts to watch during this Valentine season. That would be Funeral for Fudd, also directed by Kenny Pittenger, and Love Goat, directed by Ryan Kramer. Love Goat is another short with Daffy, Porky, and Petunia, where Daffy and his goat get in the way of Porky proposing to Petunia with his new ring, and the goat eats the ring. I don't want to give anything away, but it's really great, and I highly recommend that one, as well as Funeral for Fudd, which is Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd. It's basically Bugs whops Elmer Fudd over the head, and Elmer plays it off like he's actually dying. And so then Bugs plays along with this fake out and eulogizes Elmer. And, it's got some heartfelt moments into it. And it's just a really fun exploration of those 2 characters and that whole history together. So I highly recommend those 2. Bugs says some loving things, but also backtracks a little bit. So it's a really funny pairing. You watch these as well? Would you also recommend them?
Yeah, I thought the selection of that one was really interesting, because that, Valentine could technically be a friend or a frenemy, which they are very much in this short. Yes. And you have Bugs Bunny just twisting the knife with his words. It's hilarious for sure.
Yeah. All right, so that will do it for this episode of the podcast. Sabina, where can people find you online?
People can find me online at Sabina Has No R on Twitter, and can find our theme park fun adventures on Instagram and TikTok at cool places with us, which, you know, our most recent sort of adventures have been at Six Flags.
Yeah.
For various occasions.
It was fun to get out there.
Yes.
And you can follow the podcast on Instagram at This Means Podcast and Facebook at the same place, and This Means Pod on Twitter. Again, hit us up if you know who Porky looks like in the mirror when he turns human, because I would love to know what you think about that. And as always, that's not all, folks.
Happy Valentine's Day!
Dreamboat, someone's invading my dreams. We were sailing along, peaceful and calm. Suddenly something went wrong.